California has been the heart of much of the environmental leadership in America. Every day we see something that we grew up with our youth, that we treasured, that is lost. Southern California was a beautiful place. Small towns, orange groves, mustard fields, and then the metropolis of Los Angeles. We had the finest transportation system in the world. Electric trains, you could go anywhere. San Bernardino to Santa Monica. My dad commuted to work from South Pasadena every day of his life. We'd had steady development since the end of World War II in 1945, and by 1950, when I was up at Stanford, they had to close down high school baseball games because the air had grown so smoggy as a result of the automobiles and the vanishing of the great electric trains. What happened to Los Angeles in my lifetime was that it became one huge suburb.
Ecology means the study of organisms in combination with their environments. We take groups of organisms, put them in an environment, and try and understand what's happening. My original interest in human population developed when I was an undergraduate at Penn in the 50s. As a biologist, the thing that I saw first was when I was in high school, they were doing so much building of subdivisions for more and more people in New Jersey and spraying so much DDT around that the butterflies I was interested in studying were disappearing. That tied very directly to population, as do almost all of our other environmental problems.
I was born into a paper-making family, so my youth was surrounded by the felling of trees and by paper mills that produced vast quantities of uncontrolled sulfur dioxide and hydrogen sulfide. I think I probably have a bit of diminished lung capacity that grew out of breathing all of that acid for all of those years. There's probably some Freudian rebellion against my father that was part of it. So I was intensely aware that there were these destructive things going on to the land around me. But I guess as I was growing up, it wasn't something that I thought of as a question. I mean, this was just progress. There's something that's much more insidious with things that are not so visible and nevertheless have dramatic impacts. Like nuclear fallout from atmospheric nuclear tests. When I was born, strontium-90 didn't exist. By the time I was a teenager, every living creature on the planet had strontium-90 in its bones or its shells. That's a fairly profound change. And we'd done it.
It felt to me like the preciousness of life was imperiled. Subconsciously, I may have understood that my way of life, the sort of middle-class American way of life, was imperiled. I couldn't have articulated it then, because I didn't understand all the connections. Bear in mind that as a child, I was, trained to hide under my desk in the event of a nuclear explosion. Living with the possibility of the bomb is foundational to this idea that human extinction has been put within human grasp.
The mushroom cloud was the icon of my generation. That image was in every classroom I went to as a child. It was the epitome of human creation and creativity to have developed this incredibly destructive thing. And then, of course, there was the light side of the shadow. There was this idea that was out there that the atom was going to be the salvation of humanity.
This was the first generation that had acquired the power of a geophysical force that could cause brand new radioactive substances to be disseminated throughout the entire planet. That could drive not just a few species, as we'd always done, but now literally thousands of species into extinction. And that could change the climate.
We've been on this planet for several hundred thousands of years, and during most of that time, anybody who looked far into the future didn't have much survival value. I mean, if you're in the midst of a battle with a mammoth or something, you don't sit there and say, well, let's think about 3 years from now. You run. And so for a long period of time, the advantage went to those who focused on the immediate situation. And I think as a consequence of that, now that we are faced with issues which will really unfold over centuries, we're genetically and institutionally ill-adapted for it.